guys. I'm Travis.
I'm Lockie.
And welcome to Street Built Australia. This is something that we have wanted to do for quite a while, to share our passion for cars, our journey with cars. I think now we've collected 8 cars in the last 2 years, and we've decided that it's time to start documenting the journey.
We didn't really have the motivation to actually get off our asses and do it, but I was given the opportunity to, by a family member, to get this BF Mark 2.5 Falcon from my auntie. So this is actually the car that was owned and driven by my grandfather. He passed away, and then my auntie had it for a few years. She then asked us recently, can you help me scrap this car? And I asked, you don't mean the Falcon, do ya? Turns out she was trying to scrap the Falcon, and I was like, absolutely not. This car has to be saved. It's the only thing I have left of him tangible. I think regardless of the condition, I was going to go check it out and try and save this car. It's a bit of a barn find. It's a bit of a fixer-upper. So come along for the journey. We're going to try and get it back on the road. And in future, maybe turbo it, NA plus T, maybe manual swap TR6060. Not too sure, we'll see. But either way, regardless, this car's staying with me forever, and I want you guys to come along with the journey.
I think with this car represents probably worse condition than you guys would purchase probably for a first car. So it gives us the opportunity to showcase how to fix all the common problems with these cars. And we think it's important that you guys get out there and try to save as many of these as you can, because they're not making these anymore, and they certainly don't make them how they used to. Platform is actually my first car, so I have a very soft spot for them. And similarly to Locke, my grandfather was a Ford man, and he had an E-Series Falcon, which is a spoiler for things to come. For the moment, we have documented the retrieval process of this car, the original condition. You'll have to forgive us, as we did film it on our phones, but from now on, you guys are going to have 4K, so don't stress.
We weren't really expecting to actually be able to drive the car when we first had a look. We just went to go have a look at the car, and then my auntie actually was able to meet us there, and she gave us the keys. So we went for an inspection, not expecting to get the keys, and then we were able to get a battery, get it running, drive it home. We've gone over it. We've seen what it needs. We've talked about what we want to do to it. We've cleaned it twice. Yeah, I think that's where we're at now. It's just, we wanted to retroactively come back, film this intro, give a bit more context to the car.
I think what we'll do for you guys is we might just skip to a little bit of a montage to kind of show the process and the condition of us, how we found the car. And we'll cut back and we'll have some commentary just showing the condition of underneath the car and the one modification that we've made so far. Introducing our barn find BA Mark II 2008 Aggressor body kit Ford Falcon XR6.
All right.
What do you mean?
After a year?
No, longer. There's no way this has just been a year.
All right, this is it. A 2008 BF Falcon Mark 2.5 with what I believe the best part of the car, the Aggressor body kit. So we did some research. These were only produced for the last 7 months of the BF. It incorporates a front spat that's gunmetal grey. These really rare now side skirts with the insert. So these side skirts are totally different compared to the normal design. And then on the rear, you have the iconic oval muffler, the iconic exhaust tip with a paint match insert as well. I've always said the BABS were my favorite Falcons. Nostalgia is probably playing a part, but I think they're a timeless design and part of Australian car culture.
My contribution to this car was the BF F6 wheel, Typhoon wheel. We believe that this gray insert here is the same color as the Aggressor body kit. So we've chosen to put these on. These tires are roadworthy. The tires that came off the cars, you can see, would not have passed a roadworthy.
Which is a little bit interesting. If you'll see, there's only one tire that's on cords, which means that unfortunately, this does have an open dip. But that is definitely one of the early mods. I think having proper diff makes the car feel a lot more enjoyable to drive, especially being a Falcon. All right, so we're gonna pop the bonnet.
All right, guys, yeah. So have a look under the bonnet. Overall, I think when we got to the car, this is obviously after the cleaning that you've seen, we've gotten to the car, we've been pretty impressed. The only thing that we had to change was this battery. On sale at Repco, we didn't even have the tools to change it. We actually weren't expecting to go and be able to pick this car up. We just went to view where it was to see what we would need. We were told that we could pick the car up. So like kids on Christmas, we raced to Repco, we bought a battery, and I think we bought a $13 shifter from the sale bin. Swapped this over, and as you'll see in the clip, it started with the first bump on the key. And that was our first sign that there's still life in this old girl. Under here, saw a slight weep from the valve cover, as you've seen. And we will go underneath the car and we'll show you some of the things that we noticed underneath. But from up here, we think that the car is looking really good. So,
all right, so we'll start with the front suspension. One of the first things I noticed was how badly rusted these rotors were. So they don't really have a lip or anything. So we'll show you the process of actually machining these rotors instead of replacing them. It's a bit more cost effective. And then in future, I don't really want to keep this setup. I want to go a bit bigger. So for now, we'll be cheap. We want to do these sway bar end links on both sides, these outer tie rod ends, which hopefully will make it feel a bit sharper around the corners. We also have to do this lower ball joint. You can see it's, I don't know if you can see it.
let me zoom in there.
It's split. Yeah, big difference, I'm sure. So this is a lower ball joint here. You can see it's split, so that probably should be replaced. We'll show you actually the process. So instead of replacing the whole lower control arm, which is really common, we'll actually press it out and press in a new ball joint, which is again, more cost effective. So we'll show you guys how to press out this ball joint and probably a few others. Press a new one in. It's gonna be a bit more cost effective than buying a new lower control arm, upper control arm. But it does also mean that we can replace these rubber bushes with polyurethane if we want to.
We did get a quote already from Bursons today on that lower control arm, and it ended up being about $430 a side. And realistically, the integrity of the metal, it isn't compromised. The only thing that needs replaced is these bushings. So we'll show you guys how to make a brand new on a budget.
We'll look at the tail shaft next. All right, so some keen-eyed viewers might notice that this tail shaft moving up and down in a center carrier bearing probably shouldn't be doing that. So that's another thing that we'll have to replace. I think we have to take the whole drive shaft out. Is that right, Trav?
Yeah, so you can take the drive shaft out. I had this problem when I initially bought my car as a P-plater. Mine was as bad as this when I bought my car. I thought it was my manual gearbox because I had one of those sloppy T5s, but it was just this. So we'll show you guys the tools required to change this yourself. And as Lockie was also just touching then,
the fuel filter. Who knows when this is last done? Pretty easy job though. Nut here, slide it out.
You just undo those lines and you can actually just slide that out as that carrier.
Cool.
So
innovative.
All right, guys. Well, look, thanks for watching the video. We've got plenty more to come with the channel. Look, the Falcon is just the start. This was the motivation, but I think we have a lot more behind the scenes that you guys are going to want to take a look at. So look, stick around, let us know what you think, and we'll see you in episode 2.